She started as America's country sweetheart, just a teenage girl with a guitar and glitter in her eyes. Then the world tried to tear her down, mocked, memed, canceled, labeled everything but artist. But she didn't fade. She fought back silently, strategically, powerfully. Today, she's not just famous. She's a cultural powerhouse who changed the rules of the music industry. This isn't just a story of survival. This is Taylor Swift, the girl who outsmarted the music industry. Roots of a revolution. Taylor Swift was born on December 13th, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania. A girl who grew up on a Christmas tree farm but dreamed far beyond the evergreens. By age 10, she was performing locally. At 11, she sang at a 76ers game. At 12, she wrote her first song. While other teens obsessed over mall trips, Taylor was cold calling record labels. Her family drove her to Nashville again and again, handing out demo CDs to anyone who'd take them. At just 14, she convinced her entire family to relocate to Nashville, where she signed with Sony/ATV, becoming the youngest signed songwriter in their history. Then came her debut album, Taylor Swift. It wasn't just country, it was confessional. Tim McGraw, Our Song, Teardrops on My Guitar. These weren't just hits. They were diary entries with a chorus. She became the voice of every teenage girl who had ever had her heart broken. By 18, she was winning CMA awards, selling out shows, and doing what no one thought a teenage country girl could, dominating the airwaves. But this was only the prelude. Fearless to fearlessness. In 2008, she released Fearless, an album that catapulted her to international fame. With hits like Love Story and You Belong With Me, she became the bridge between country storytelling and pop melodies. The album won Album of the Year at the Grammys, and Taylor, barely out of high school, was standing on the world stage. But it wasn't just music. Every move, every dress, every romance. Suddenly, she was tabloid gold. As her fame grew, so did the noise around her. She responded with art. Speak Now was written entirely by Taylor. A statement. I don't need a co-writer to speak my truth. Then came Red. It was mature, messy, electric. Songs like All Too Well and I Knew You Were Trouble revealed heartbreak in HD. She was no longer America's sweetheart. She was its mirror, but critics still question her. Was she just a breakup artist? Just a lucky girl with a guitar? So Taylor did what she always did when boxed in. She changed everything. 1989 and the pop star metamorphosis. 2014, the curls were gone. The country twang replaced with synths and city lights. 1989 wasn't just an album, it was a rebirth. Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style. These weren't just songs. They were cultural milestones. She became the first woman to win Album of the Year twice. Not once, twice. In her 20s, she redefined what a crossover could be. Not a sellout, but a level up. Fashion icon, squad leader, award show royalty. But with superstardom came scrutiny. She was too calculated, too fake, too powerful. When men play chess, they're strategic. When women do it, they're manipulative. And soon, the public would turn. Canceled but not conquered. 2016, the feud with Kanye reignited. A lyric, a phone call, a leaked video, a social media explosion. Hashtag Taylor Swift is over party became the top trend. The world called her a liar, a snake. And so she vanished, gone from interviews, gone from red carpets. For over a year, she said nothing, but she wasn't broken. She was planning behind closed doors. She studied the chaos and plotted her return. While the world mocked her silence, she built a new version of herself, sharper, louder, unbothered. When she returned in 2017 with Reputation, it was war paint with bass drops. Gone was the doe-eyed romantic. In her place, a general, leading her own narrative into battle. She didn't explain. She didn't apologize. She weaponized the very image used to tear her down. She embraced the snake. She turned shame into strategy. Stadiums filled, charts topped, She didn't just bounce back, she dominated. Every lyric, every performance was a reclamation. She let the world watch, but this time on her terms. They thought they had canceled her, buried her, but she emerged from the ashes stronger, louder, and untouchable. And just when the world thought she had become too dark, she bloomed. Folklore, power plays in Taylor's version. Lover brought warmth back to her world, romance, color, and self-love. But then, 2020, a global pandemic. While the world shut down, Taylor turned inward. Folklore and Nevermore arrived. Quiet, poetic indie masterpieces. No fanfare, no build-up, just pure storytelling. She became the first woman to Album of the Year 3 times. But behind the music, a war was brewing. Her masters, her life's work, were sold without her consent. Most artists would mourn. Taylor already recorded everything. Fearless, Taylor's version. Red, Taylor's version. 1989, Taylor's version. Each one a carefully crafted message. Each one a middle finger to the system. With every re-recording, she took back what was hers. She reclaimed control, not just for herself, but for every artist watching. She didn't just revisit her past. She reshaped it. She turned pain into power and betrayal into business. Critics marveled. Fans rejoiced. Industry giants took notes. With vinyls, streams, and Grammy nods, she proved ownership isn't just legal, it's emotional. She didn't just make music history, she changed its future. The era's tour and building an empire. By 2023, she was more than an artist. She was an industry unto herself. The era's tour wasn't just a concert. It was a cultural phenomenon. She crashed Ticketmaster, shook local economies, made $1 billion in revenue. A 3-hour, era-spanning tribute to her legacy, her evolution, and her brilliance. And then, she turned it into a blockbuster concert film. She became a best-selling author, a documentary star, a producer, and a billionaire. But above all, she became untouchable. From a girl with a dream on a Christmas tree farm, to a woman who writes her story with ink no one else can erase. Taylor Swift outsmarted the music industry. She reclaimed her past. She controls her present. And now, she's composing her future. They said she was over. She rewrote that headline herself. She was never just a country singer. She was never just a pop star. She's a blueprint, a business, a battle-hardened artist who turned pain into power. This isn't just Taylor Swift's comeback. This is her empire, her era, her story, her version.